communication. Come here.
கென்சில போட்டு அவனை படுத்துக்க
எல்லாரும் சாப்பிட்டு அப்புறம் எங்க வரடா வீடியோ நைட்டு வீடியோ மத்தியா வீடியோ எல்லாரும் பார்த்தாங்க கிளாஸ் அதை விட மக்களுக்கு குரூப் அனுப்பினேன் அவ்வளவுதான் சமாதமா ஆனா கடன் கிடைச்சது ஆனா அந்த கடும் சரி அந்த இவன் அப்புறம் என்னடா தண்ணீர் போட்டா 3 மணி நேரம் இந்த செலப்பட வெள்ள தெரியுமா அஜ்மீர் போட்டி செலப்பட வெள்ள தெரியுமா 19,323 என் கோல்ட் மெஸ்டல் எடுத்து அது 24,000 போட்டு கொஞ்சம் மாத்தி அடிச்சிட்டோம் கொலை அடிக்கிறான்னு சொல்லி விட்டா போட்டிக்கிற ட்ரௌசர் 7,300
இப்படிதான் புதிய
போயிட்டு வாங்க வரவை 3 பேருக்கு உன்னோட ஸ்பீடு நீ போட்டு தருவேன் ஆனா நம்ம போட்டு தருவேன் ஏன்டா நீ சொல்லிட்டு உன்னோட ஸ்பீட்
Come do it? Yeah, they come to it. I do it in a fact. I'm a little smart in if you really not feel committed to that, yeah, it's up. And the freedom for your management. And the original effect in a nature. Yeah, for making and then we are going into the way. Oh, it's every time okay. The comparative question you can use. With pressure management and placing but the structure called Halagan and Bear water supplementing that. How do I get it? I was not there. Get this structure. And then you can think of it. I stand it. I'm just getting your hand. I'm going to do something. Isn't it? Any to play body. I'm just some description is attention. You question the question number one. The party and party, and they give up the question and we don't make the other is yet. They love to buy a decision paper to don't think what. So you get the very make it go back. Here is the partner now. They are going to put the again there and talk about the outcome and you said that I lose the mark. Okay. First of all, baby. Formula sheet Masih lagi masih
Hi, good morning.
biasa sesuatu pas selesai
Ajimil on the pay can't.
Okay, so that is start. The remaining part capital structure. Most of us have done the question paper. How was the question paper? So easy. Easy. Yeah, that's one. Easy. Got all the questions. I remember each one. By discussing the other matters, the other questions, so anyway, you completed that. That is a good start. Discuss. If there are any questions to discuss. Okay. This is a. Yeah. How many questions you have completed, Shastri? It's
Exactly don't know, but
you don't know exactly how many questions you have completed.
write the question.
these group members, how they have completed their task is they assign the task, they assign the question to each other members. Right? I'm just asking from you how many questions you have completed from your group. Which question you have completed? Which question you will take? Which question you have completed? Yes? Fourth one. What is it regards? Fourth question. Next to you. How many questions you have completed? First one. It's every 10 questions. How about the question?
Still, I think studying the theories.
You can manage that.
It is writing part now anyway I can.
That means that question. Yes. I just want to clarify from you. That's why I am asking that question. Even handling the, even you let's have the, when you are not handling the theoretical part, you can attempt that question. Is that? That with that, right?
Maybe with the general knowledge.
With the general knowledge. So, to some extent, you can attempt for that question. The question is, I know the 10 marks. The question is for 10 marks. Anyway, you can have the 5 marks without having the theoretical knowledge. Before going to the lecture materials, you can have the 5 marks. That means that's the average question. Right? Okay. Other person with that. Question number 4. What is it regards?
Decisions.
Investment decision. What kind of calculations you have done? You didn't do? Honestly?
And passing.
Me and passing. Where is passing now? When? What sort of calculations you have done and how did you do it? How did you do it? කොහොමද කරේ පුතා? Very good. Then you went to another presentation. Very good. Yes, what sort of calculations you have done? What's the relationship between risk and return?
Investment decision and financial decision.
Investment decision and the financial decision. Are there anything like that?
Yes.
How have you answered for that one?
Financial decision.
No, how have you answered for that one? I'm just referring the answer. How have you taken that answer? You search and write it down. Can that question is understandable?
I read sir. That's fine.
Let me. I'm asking whether can you understand that question? Can you understand the question? Let's see. Right.
I read the first question.
To read the first question, that means this can return part A and B, A or B. A part A. Right. How about the answers? You can understand. And manage, right? Right. Second question, what is it regards? Financial markets. How have you balanced that part? Because there are 4 questions, 3 questions. No? You answer for 3 questions. What about questions? I understand. But question can be understandable, no? So that means the question number 1 is saying so I need these guys, otherwise I can't discuss that one. No? I have to repeat, or else if they miss, I have to miss that. They have to miss that. Then I'm trying to make out the lecture. Fine, anyway, nothing to do. Second question, it's entirely regarding the theory part. Without doing even the calculation, single calculation, you can entirely focus on the question number 2, that's on the financial markets and in the introduction to finance. You can attempt that one and take the 18 marks. Right, 18 marks. Therefore, question number 2, that's very easy, that might be very easy and understandable. So therefore, always I'm not recommending you go with the question number 2. I'm not recommending, never. That's up to you. But even you, if you are thinking about, okay, I don't have the calculation ideas, I can't do the calculations, what you can do. We have the financial knowledge regarding the introduction and the financial market. With the general knowledge, you can manage that 18 marks. Right? අපි papers ගන්න. හැමෝටම attempt කරන්න පුළුවන් question එකක් තමයි question number 2 කියන එක. Right? පාඩම් කරන්න නැතුව ලියන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක මම මේ කියන්නේ. Right? Okay. The other one, question number 1. Let me read. Question number 1 is from the risk and return. Risk and return. This time that is splits. And then I have done the Excel sheet. We have done the risk and return for 3 weeks with the portfolio valuation and all the things. It was an online session. I clearly, as I remember, I clearly do the calculation with you all for the 2 or 3 weeks. Therefore, you do the practice the question number 1. That's definitely from the risk and return. Right? Inside the risk and return in the question. ඒක හරියම ලේසි question එකක්. ඔයාලා calculations ටික හදාගත්තාම ඔයාලා flow එක හදාගත්තාම ඒක ඔයාලට attend කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? The other things will be discussed after the once they came to the lecture. Anyway, we'll go to the second part of the capital structure. That is capital structure theories. Make the heading capital structure theories. Is it complete? Capital structure theories.
Toda knowledge. No, 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 നമ്മളിപ്പോ അവിടെ വെറ്റിയാണ്
Capital structure theories. So now we are identifying the relationship between what? Relationship between the capital structure and then the firm value. This is the important thing, right? The first part is regarding the leverage. Second part, relationship between capital structure and then the firm value. Right. What do you mean by the capital structure? As we previously discussed, the debt component and the equity component of the business, we call it as the composition of this capital, right? The way how the company acquired the funds will be discussed under the capital structure, right? So therefore, whenever the funds are raised to be, whenever the funds are to be raised, to finance investment capital structure decision involved, right? If we need funds, then you have to reveal. You have to reveal the existing capital structure, right? Okay, capital structure decisions will decide weighted for them and then the weighted equity, ultimately overall cost of capital as well as the value of the firm. This is much important, right? So as I previously said to you, online students, can you hear me?
Yes.
Online students?
Yes,
Right, okay. All right, thank you. Right. Capital structure decision, when you are deciding how much of debt and then how much of equity to be acquired, it depends on the company's firm value or else value of the firm value. Firm value. How you can calculate the firm value? Firm value should be calculated with the help of weighted debt. What do you mean by weighted debt? Cost of debt, KD, and then other one, what do we need? Cost of equity, KE, right? Did you remember the weighted cost and weighted equity that we have calculated? How you can calculate the weighted debt and weighted equity? WD multiplied by KT plus weighted equity multiplied by KE equals what? Weighted average stock capital. Right? How you can identify this weighted debt? Right? Debt divided by value. How you can identify the weighted equity? E divided by value. Right? So this is what we have calculated in the cost of capital lesson. Weighted average cost of capital. These things needed to be calculated before deciding the how much of debt, how much of equity that you are going to acquire for instance. While calculating the weighted average cost of capital, we need to determine what would be happen to the firm value. If you acquire 100,000 debt, how it impact the firm value should be decided. Otherwise, you can't obtain that equity or debt. In this time, you identify, okay, we go with the debt, 100,000 and we go with the 100,000 equity. That is our decision. So then I raise that one. Can we do like that? No. What you need to do is by obtaining the debt 100,000, but obtaining the equity 100,000. First, you need to calculate what happened to KD and KE. And then what happened to the weighted average cost of capital? Accordingly, what happened to the firm value? This is a flow, right? So various capital structure theories gives us the various definitions. Various researchers conducted with the several examples, with the several applications, various researchers conducted identified these capital structure theories. Okay, right. Write down this structure. Boys, have you completed the task that I have given to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Fully complete.
Fully complete. What was your strategy? Hassan, how many questions that you have asked on the paper? What have you first answer? Very negative. We take first answer, they pick up. Coordinate there. Ugly there.
Teacher Mang online.
You partner ho.
Okay with that. Make the heading capital structure theories. Capital structure theories. Anyway, how do you feel about that paper that I have given to you?
Very hard. Don't give me like
Anyway,
we syllabus after 70 CW pumping absent will
asking about that one. How did you answer for that question number one? Question number one, and to be honest, question number one. All the members are here at home. How did they do? Question number one. Question number one. Can understand it? Question number one. Question number one.
Answer value. English
question question number part A. Hassan Kenma part A next part क्या तू सर बगन? Part A. Question number 1, part A. Before moving to the paper, I have to understand your level. No, my paper do me. Even we paper का my all ten. A paper का वागे paper का my good after all ten. 18A paper 18A weekday. Paper structure, same paper structure, but in this time, first question is from the risk and return compulsory question, right? That's very easy, covariance calculation and other things. We have done it by the online. You can refer the online recordings as well. It's straightforward question. Application right? So therefore question number 1. But anyway, there are two sections, part A and part B. Part A, for the first question, 10 marks question, you have to provide the answers. It's a practical one. You have to provide the answers. The question number 8 that I have given you is similar to that paper structure paper. Right? You have to read the case and understand and provide your answer. That's it. They have not following question. Yeah, they have not. They have not. Only they have not. අනේක තමයි ගැටුනේ. ඔයාලට දැන් කියවනකොට තේරෙන්නේ නැති වෙන්න අමාරුම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාලා පාඩම් කරලා පස්සේ ඔයාලට ඒක identify කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Question number 1, 28 marks question. That's very easy. 28. 28, that's a compulsory question. Right? So if it is, that's up to you whether how you can answer for the question numbers, whether you are going with the A or B and whatever the thing. Right? Question number 2. Right? Question number 2. I'm not going to discuss the paper structure. This is the model paper that I have given to you. You can refer that one. Right? Question number 2 from the section B. Right? Section A, only one question. Section B, you have to answer for the, you have 7 questions. Second question, section B, you have 6 questions. A questions are in key question matter. All the questions are the questions are the answers here. That's up to you whether you are going with which kind of a question, with lessons and so on. But the thing is, anyway, that's again up to you. Question number 2, entirely theory part, without having single calculation. Right? Question number 2 is from the financial market, and then the other one, what is it? Financial introduction. You leave that paper quickly. Business finance paper Question number 2. What it regards? Introduction to finance and then the introduction to finance and the other one, what is it? Financial markets. You read the question and then understand and write it. I'm not asking about the theories. Theory directly. But if you can go to the lecture materials and then that will be added advantage for you all. Literally සාමාන්‍ය day to day වෙන ඔයාලට තේරෙන level එකට තමයි මේ question එක අහලා තියෙන්නේ. තේරෙන දේවල් වලින්. Right? That's also same no? Differentiate corporate finance and then the what is the other one? Public personal finance. Can understand no? Corporate and the personal finance. And the second question, what is it regards? Risk and how balance risk and return when achieving the company's financial objectives. Third question, what is the role of financial instruments in between the financial markets and then the other one, what is it?
Financial markets and the
Business operations. Right? That's it. Let's see. I have the financial market guy. අපි ණය ගන්නවා කියන එක කොහොමද ෆයිනෑන්ෂල් මාකට් එකේ කම්පැනි එකකට ලින්ක් වෙන්නේ. ඉතල ලියන්න තියෙනවා. Right? Question number 3. Time value of money plus what is the other one? Bond calculations, bond valuation, and then the security valuation. Question number 3, direct forward, time value of money and the bond valuation, security valuation, and share valuation. Right? Question number 4. What in regards? Cost of capital. Cost of capital lesson, KE, KD, and so on. Next one. Question number 6. In PVIRR, profitability index, what is that lesson? Investment decision, costing also you did the same thing. Then ඒක ලේසි. එතකොට තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන මට ලියන්න පුළුවන් ලකුණු වැඩි කර ගන්න පුළුවන් මොනවාටද කියලා. මට දැන් LPV හදන විදිහ වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. හිතන්න දෙන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. යම්කිසි ප්‍රමාණයකට දෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් මට ඒක වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රමාණයක්. ඒතර ඔයාලා දැනගන්න ඕනේ ස්මාර්ට් වෙන්න මොන ආන්සර් එකද ලියන්න මොකද්ද නොලියන්නේ කියන එක සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්න. තේරුණාද? ලියන්න පුළුවන් හැම ක්වෙස්චන් එකම ඒකකට ගන්න මොනවටද මම වැඩිපුර ලියන්න ඕනේ කියන එක ඔයාලා මේ වගේ විෂයකදී හිතලා තමයි එන්නේ. දැන් පේපර් එක දන්නවනේ ඔයාලා එන්නේ මොනවද කියලා දන්නවා. මොකෝ දන්නේ නැති පේපර් එකක් නෙමෙයි. එන්න විදිය දැන් ඔයාලා දන්නවා. පේපර් එක තියනවනේ ඔයාලා ගන්න. පේපර් එක නෙමෙයි. මම කියන ඔයාලට ගයිඩ්ලයින් එකක්, කලින් ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකක්. ඒතර ඔයාලා දැනගන්න ඕනේ ඒකකට මම මොනවද ලියන්නේ. මම මේ කියන්නේ පාස් වෙන්න නෙමෙයි. ඔයාලා හැමෝම පාස් වෙන එක ලේසි. පේපර් එකක් ෆේල් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. කන්සෙප්ට් එක බිස්නස් ෆයිනෑන්ස් වලට ඔයාලා ෆේල් වෙන එක අවබෝධ කරගන්න නෙමෙයි මම මේ කතා කරන්නේ. මම කතා කරන්නේ ඒකක් කියන්නේ. ඒකකට ගන්න කොහොමද? ඔයාලා හැම ඔබ්ජෙක්ටිව් එක මොකක්ද? You want to have it. That's what you are expecting, no? That's why I am discussing. Right? මට මොඩ මේ ආවටල ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද? පොඩි ප්‍රශ්න. Right? Okay. So then the question number 6. What is in regard? Working capital management. Same question, same type of calculations have been tested in the financial reporting as well. You told me no ratio calculation and other things, no? Right. And then last question, it is regarding the capital structure decisions. Capital structure decisions. That's also for morning. I have discussed the leverage, and then the evening I'm discussing about capital structure theories. Right. So this is how you can. This is the capital lesson, or is the this is the examination paper structure. Clear? All the set of questions, all these 6 questions are 7 questions. 7 questions are including the theory part. මට ලියන්න බෑ මට ගණන් එකක්වත් හදන්න බැරි කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් යාට මොකද කරන්නේ? theory ලියලා පාස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද නැද්ද? පාස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි theory කියන්නේ නිකන් theory නෙවෙයි finance ගැන තියෙන theoretical knowledge එක apply කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් හැම question එකකම ලකුණු 5ක question එකක් තියෙනවද ලියන්න? හොඳට බලන්න මේ question papers වල මම හදන question papers හැම question එකම first question එක එක්ක 6යි එක්ක 5යි theory part එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒතර question 5ක් නේ ලියන්න ඕනේ. 5 නෙමෙයි. questions 5යි ලියන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ඒ යනකොට ලකුණු කීයක් ඇවිල්ලාද ඔයාලට? ලකුණු 30ක් විතර ඇවිල්ලා. For the first question, first part A, 10 marks. එතකොට question paper එකේ 40 ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට ලියලා. You need to have an 40 marks. And you need to have a minimum 40 marks to take the continuous assignment impact. You need to have an 40 marks. 40 by $39ක් වුණොත් continuous impact එක එනවා $. මගේ subject එක නෙමෙයි කිසිම subject එකකට ලකුණු 35කට අඩු වුණොත් impact එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ. ඔය කියන්නේ continuous assignments mark ඔයාලගේ add වෙන්නේ නැහැ. You can't take the advantage of the continuous assignments if you have the mark below than 40. So therefore, you have to target for the minimum 40 marks. How you can target that 40 marks? By providing the answers, written down answers, you can have the 40 marks. Clear? The other part, you can go for the A, B, A pluses by doing the calculations. Any questions? Any questions? මොනවද සමෝද්ද හිතේ? පාඩම් කරගෙන තුවල් ලියන්න. Okay. Now we'll go to the capital structure theories. Take the reading capital structure theories. I will try my best to discuss this paper answers in one day while taking the online session. Right? I try my best to come. One day online session, not here, online session. Which time is preferable for you? After 9.
I do mistake.
Plan to conduct it from 7 to 10. 7 to 10. Is that okay? You can't. 8. 9. 9 to 11. Oleh, nama mana? Ini menatang online peluang 9 to 11 okay. That's okay for me also. Recording to that. You do this question paper. You do this question paper individually, right? And then we'll do the discussion. Okay? You do the paper. You have tomorrow. No? Already you have completed this task by doing by assigning the question to each other individuals. Anyway, you will do it your own and come to the tutorial discussion. Okay. So then if you have any questions, you can ask. Starting from the 8 or 9. 8 okay then? 9. 9 to 10. So 9 to 10 or 11. බලාගෙන ඉන්න බලාගෙන අමාරුතරක් තියෙනවා කියන්න. තියෙන දේවල් මට කියන්නේ මට ඔයාලගේ level එක understand කරගන්න පුළුවන්. understand කරගෙන paper එක හදන්න පුළුවන්. One day is difficult. Tuesday then? Tuesday okay? Coordinator. Stay okay?
Coordinator.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Hello, madam. Madam, we will not able to connect with this session on Tuesday. Can we have Monday or Wednesday?
Monday or Wednesday? Wednesday. So then we can have that on Wednesday, definitely on 9 to 11. Huh? You discuss the paper, you okay. So let's finalize regarding the paper. So then we move to the last part of the lesson. That's the capital structure. Okay. Write down this one. Firm value. How you can calculate the firm value? Firm value. The business entity's value can be decided by dividing the earnings before interest and tax. View. How you can decide the firm value? By dividing the earnings before interest, tax, by. What is this? Overall cost of capital, weighted average cost of capital. We call it as a case. Right, K0. How you can calculate the K0? K0 equals. How you can calculate the K0? Did you remember the formula that we have discussed in the cost of capital? Formula we calculate K0 equals, or the weighted average cost of capital equals KD, cost of debt multiplied by debt divided by value, plus K E multiplied by E divided by value. This is the way of calculating cost rate. This is the way of calculating the cost of capital K0. Write down the formula. Value of the firm equals BSAA divided by K0. The way of calculating K0, then multiplied by KD multiplied by T divided by E plus KE multiplied by E divided by T.
Aisha, I'm going to link up. I'm a senior player. I know it's a banana. I didn't then the task.
Someone, we have a new term here. S. S stands for what? Someone. S stands for what? Market value of the So these are the different type of theories. Right? Various researchers identifying the several concepts for the capital structure theories. Right? Some researchers they identify right? They identified capital structure relevance theories. Capital structure relevance theories. What do you mean by the capital structure relevance theory? This set of researchers prove that there is a relationship between capital structure and firm value. Right? This set of researchers prove that there is a relationship between capital structure and the firm value. Right? So we call it as a capital structure relevance theories. So therefore, traditional approach, this approach, and then the net income approach identify the relevancy of the capital structure in enhancing the firm value. Is this clear? Boys. Clear? What is meant by capital structure relevance theories? So these capital structure theories means it's having a history, right? Some set of researchers, they identify, they prove that there is a relationship between capital structure and the firm value, right? So which describe the, according to, they have developed two approaches or two theories. What are the two theories? Net income theory as well as the traditional approach. Some researchers na කට්ටියක් අවිල්ලා කියනවා company එකක debt equity decide කරන එක company එකේ firm එකට value එකට බලපානවා කියලා. අපි ඒ theories අඳුනගන්නවා research. Net income approach and then the traditional approach. There are some set of researchers, they identify there are no any relationships between the capital structure and the firm value. So therefore it called as the capital structure irrelevance theories. Capital structure irrelevance theories. Examples are the NIP approach, net operating income, NOI approach, NOI net operating income approach, and then the Modigliani-Miller approach, MM1, right? Modigliani-Miller model. ඒගොල්ලෝ අවිල්ලා කියනවා කම්පැනි එකක් කොච්චර ඩෙට් වෙනස් කරන් කොච්චර ඉක්විටි එකක් වෙනස් කරන් ඒක කිසිම විදිහකින් ෆර්ම් වැලියු එක ඩිසයිඩ් කරන්න බලපාන්නේ නැහැ. Okay. We'll discuss the firm net income approach and the traditional approach for your level. Right. Net income approach. Net income approach. Quickly draw this one. This is the overview of this lesson. Sometimes there might be a theoretical question from this one. Please help me. Okay. We'll start from the first one, net income approach. Right? Net income approach. Modigliani Miller approach. Last one, Modigliani Miller approach. Okay. First one, net income approach, NI approach. Net income approach. Net income approach. Okay. What is mean by what is the rationale behind the net income approach? What it identifies? Okay, read slide first. Okay. Capital structure decision is relevant to what? Relevant to the firm value. That means there is a relationship between capital structure and the firm value. Right? And then if company increase their financial leverage, what happens to the weighted average cost of capital? Company weighted average cost of capital decrease. If company increase the loan amount, what happens to the weighted average cost of capital? Weighted average cost of capital decrease. And then if the weighted average cost of capital decrease, by looking at the first formula, tell me what happened to your firm value. Now look at your handout and tell me if company weighted average cost of capital decrease, what happened to the firm value? Leo. You look at the first example or the first formula that I have given to you. Look at that one. First formula that I have given to you. You write down that one. If the cost of capital decrease, what happened to the firm value? K0 decrease, Leo. K0 decrease. EBIT constant. What happened to the firm value? Firm value? Firm value increase. So therefore, this model identify if a company increase the financial leverage. If company increase their financial leverage. Financial leverage when if company financial leverage increases, what happened to the weighted average cost of capital? Weighted average cost of capital get decrease. Decline. Financial leverage increases. What happened to the firm value? Firm value? Firm value FD. Increase. This is the explanation behind the perspective of researchers who developed this NI approach. The other way around, if company decrease their financial leverage where the weighted average cost of capital increase and then the firm value get increase. Okay. Then make a financial leverage වැඩි කරපුවා weighted average cost of capital මොකද වෙන්නේ? අඩු වෙනවද වැඩි වෙනවද? අඩු වෙනවා. cost එක අඩු වෙනකොට මේ කියන්නේ නිකන් සරලවම ගත්තාම company එකක් ණය ගත්තාම company එකේ cost එක අඩු වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම තමයි value එක වැඩි වෙනවා කියලායි මේගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ. Right? This is developed by some set of the researchers. You can identify, you can do those things by doing the research in both year, second semester. Write down this one. Rationale. Make the heading NI approach and write down this one. Then increase, financial leverage increase, weighted average cost of capital increase, firm value increase. Okay, if I ask a question like this, according to NOI approach researchers, if company decrease their financial leverage, they identify their firm value will be decreased. Are you agree or do you agree? Financial leverage decrease, firm value decrease. Yes or no? No. Why? There is a which kind of a relationship? Inverse relationship. Financial leverage increases, firm value. Sorry, positive relationship. If the firm financial value increases, what happens to the financial leverage increases, firm value increases. Okay. So this is the graphical illustration regarding the NI approach. In this approach, even we change the leverage, KD equals constant 1 and then KE also constant. KE venas වෙන්නේ KD venas වෙන්නේ What happened? K0 is going to decline. The firm increases their financial leverage. This is financial leverage. Increase, what happened? K0 gets declined. We write down this one. If you want, you can draw it. So we can go to the calculation since this is here. The handout. Okay. This is very familiar to us. Value of the firm equals S plus D. You can take it as an E as well. E plus D. What do you mean by E? Value of E means value of the මොකද සුදේ අපි E කියලා අඳුනගත්තේ cost of capital lesson එකේ අපි මේක කතා කරා. ඒ නිසා හරිම සරලයි අපිට මේක. E means equity. So then E means here value of the equity. You can take that one as the S as well. S කියලා අපි කියනවා. Right. Value of the firm, write down this formula. Value of the firm equal S plus D. S plus D or E plus D. Same, huh? S plus D or E plus D. How we can take the market value of the equity? This is new to us. Market value of the equity will be calculated by dividing the net income. NI means what? Net income. Net income. Right? Net income available for the liquid shareholders. Liquid shareholders. Net income. NI means net income. Net income. Net income divided by KE. What do you mean by KE? Cost of equity. Cost of equity. KE means cost of equity. Cost of equity. Yes. We can take the NI means earnings available for the equity holders. Earnings available for the equity holders. Morning also we discussed what is the earning available for the equity holders. Earnings available for the equity holders or net income for the equity holders. What is that? Profit after tax. EPS ගන්නකොට බෙදුවේ කාවද? EPS ගන්නකොට බෙදුවේ කාවද? EPS ගන්නකොට කාවද අපි බෙදුවේ? කාගෙන්ද බෙදුවේ? Profit after tax. නේද? ඔක්කොම ගෙවලා සරලව මේක තේරුම් ගන්න. ඔක්කොම ගෙවලා tax එකක් ගෙවලා ඉතුරුනාට පස්සේ අදාළ ගාණ තමයි කාටද අයිති වෙන්නේ? company එකේ shareholders. දැන් මේ ලැබෙන ගාණ කොටසකට කීයද කියලා අපි බලුවේ shareholders ලාගේ EPS calculate කරලා. Right? Here also, how you can calculate the value of the market equity, the income available for the equity shareholders by dividing with the cost of equity. Cost of equity. Same slide, repeated here. I just taken the KE as the earnings available for the equity holders divided by the value of equity. That's the reciprocal of this formula. How you can calculate the KE input if you have given the other information, earning available for the equity holders and value of the equity, marketable value of the equity. Again, KE calculation, write down the KE calculation also. KE with the same formula, if you isolate the KE here, how you can calculate the KE? Net income divided by the market value of the equity. Market value of the equity equals the KE. You can concentrate on the lesson. That is really easy. No any new things. It's really easy. All right. But the concentration is much important. Yeah, we don't have that. All right. So now we can calculate overall cost of capital by dividing the earnings before interest and tax by which one? By value of the firm. This is the first formula that we have written down. Now we have taken to the consideration of what? Overall cost of capital. Right? Now go to the first formula that we have written regarding the firm value. We write down firm value equals. Firm value equals. Tell me the value of the formula. The earnings available for the before deducting interest and before deducting tax divided by K0. K0. Now K0 means overall cost of capital. So then by isolating the K0, how you can isolate the K0? K0 equals the same formula EBIT divided by this one firm value. දැන් මේ තුනෙන් එකක් දීලා තිබුණොත් ඔයාලට එකක් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ වෙනස් කරලා. Right. Okay. Now we'll go to the question number 1. Try to identify the marketable value of the equity and then the firm value and calculate the overall cost of capital. Ayya. With it. Question number 1. And the next day. Pero mami, la dejamos para ver mi papá. Mamá, video que no te. Aku tu jadi pada mi papá. Apa tu? Pada mana ni bina? Nanti? Ada kisah. You have given the EBIT. Earnings before interest and taxes given to you. The company, they have the EBIT 500,000. Company has 10% value, that means interest, 2 million debentures. The equity capitalization rate is 16%. KE is given to us, that is 16%. But you need to calculate this equity and the firm value and then the overall cost of capital. You can start with the market value of equity. Market value of equity means net income divided by cost of equity. Okay, write down formula. Market value of equity equals market value of equity equals net income divided by the KE. Net income divided by KE. How much is the EBIT? Net income means, tell me net income. What is meant by net income? Profit after tax. That means you have to calculate the profit after tax. How you can calculate the profit after tax? You have the tax rate. Do we have the tax rate? No, we don't have. No. So then EBIT means before deducting interest. Do we have interest? Yes, we have. How much is the interest? Debentures 2 million. 10% interest. That means 200,000 interest we have to pay from these earnings before interest and tax. Remove that one. So then you can have the profit before tax. Do we have given here tax? No. So therefore, earnings, profit before tax is similar to the profit after tax, since we don't have the tax. That is the net income available for the equity shareholders divided by KE. KE. So then you can have the value of the equity. Very good. How much is it? Good. Minus 20,000 minus you get 200,000. Interest, tell me the interest. Okay, I will calculate market value of equity equals NI divided by K. NI means earnings before interest and tax minus interest multiplied by 1 minus tax rate. 1 minus tax rate. Divided by K. Do we have EBIT? Yes, we have. It is 500,000. Do we have interest? Yes, we have interest. How much is the interest? 200,000. 200,000. Now you can take it. 2 million. Multiplied by 10%. That is equal to 200,000. 200,000 is equal to interest. Right. Now deduct the 200,000. Do we have tax? No tax. So therefore, this is the entirely net income available for our equity shareholders. Divided by KE. How much is the KE? Delay. KE. Everybody always ask how much is it? Cost of equity. 16. The value of equity. You calculate with that immediately. Value of equity. $1,875,000. 1,875,000. Yeah. Divided by. This is the final class. Okay. So then it asks again next question. Value of the firm. Value of the firm equals. Very good. Value of the firm equals. Value equals D plus E. Have we calculated E? Yes. How much is it? 1,800,000 plus. What is the value? What is the value of 10? Damien. What is the value of 10? We have it. How much is it? 200,000. 2 million, right? 2 million. So then total equity. So total value of the firm equals 3,875,000. Okay. Third one. Calculate overall cost of capital now. overall cost of capital. यहाँ पे ना इधर है. Calculate now overall cost of capital. Not opportunity cost, cost of capital. हाँ. आप लोग बोल रहे हैं कितना है?
Yeah, yeah. How much is the cost of capital? Cost of overall, the cost of equity, the cost of capital. Yes, cost of capital, weighted average cost of capital. How much is it? 0.129. Australia. What's the cost of capital? The overall cost of capital? K0. How you can calculate the K0? Australia. K0. EBIT. How much is 500,000 divided by value of the firm. It is 3,875,000. Accordingly, the K0 is 0.129 or else 12.9. Is this clear? Clear? Come on. Clear? Okay, now we got the traditional approach. Right? Traditional approach. Make the heading traditional approach. Next. Traditional approach. Traditional approach. Again, this is a model development. Right? This is a model development. Read the slide first.
This approach.
This finalizes a result of the financial leverage up to a some point. Increasing financial leverage not always increase the firm value. Right? This set of the researchers suggest that okay, prove that increase in the financial leverage will benefit up to a certain point. Therein after what happened, the firm value can increase even you are increasing the financial leverage. Right? Okay.
So the principal implication of this approach is that the cost of capital is depend on the capital structure, right? Cost of capital definitely depends on the capital structure as we discussed in the first one. And there is an optimum capital structure which minimizes the cost of capital, right? So at the point where the cost of capital get decreased, that's the point where the firm value is get high increase, right? Thereafter, even the financial leverage increases, cost of capital again not get decline. It's always increasing. Meanwhile, firm value get decrease. Right. Okay. This is the illustration for the traditional approach, right? This is the illustration of the traditional approach. What happened? Financial leverage.
I don't know why you are saying. Where the penny and the air today, yes, master.
What is this?
Financial leverage increases. What happened? K0, KW, cost of weighted average cost of capital, what happened to it? It get decreased. Financial leverage increases. Cost of capital get decreased up to a certain point. Right? At that point, right, firm value, we have to maximize or its maximum firm value. Then after this certain point, if we increase our degree of financial leverage further, what happens to the cost of capital? Cost of capital get again increase, weighted average cost of capital get increase, accordingly firm value get decrease. Right? In this point, what happened? Financial leverage increases. And then K0 get decreased, firm value get increased. Then okay. So this is one, this is the maximum optimum point, right? Optimum point of the degree of financial leverage. In this point, so this is the maximum amount the company need to acquire as a debt, right? At that point, what happened? This is what? This is K0, cost of equity. In the first stage, this is the financial leverage or the debt. If a company increasing their debt, in the stage number one, this is we call as a stage number one, right? Stage number one, what happened? Company increase their debt or else company increasing their financial leverage. Company increasing their financial leverage. What happened to the K0? K0 get decrease. We hear K0 decrease up to a certain point. K0 decrease means firm value get increase. And we increase. Right? At this point, what happened? We report the maximum, right? Optimum. We call it as optimum capital structure. Optimum capital structure. Right? After that certain point, or as K0, if a company increasing their debt further, ප්‍රමාණයක් දක්වා විතරයි ණය ගන්න පුළුවන්. right? එතනින් එහාට ණය ගත්තොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? Cost of K0 increase, firm value get increase. Right? Firm value get increase. This is the stage number 2. Write down this one quickly. Draw this one. This optimal capital structure.
Sleeping is a crucial biological process in the brain and body for regular. It happens in cycles.
In this financial leverage, K0 firm value, K0 firm value. Stage number 1 and stage number 2. Next one. So there are 4 main highlighted points. Overall cost of capital will be minimum where the firm value get maximized. Question number 2.
The important thing is that we put down this one. Yes, zero. ඒක තමයි ඕනම ලියාගන්න. මේ ස්ටේජ් දෙකක් තියෙන්නේ. ස්ටේජ් දෙක පළවෙනි ස්ටේජ් එකේ ෆයිනෑන්ෂියල් මැනේජින් වැඩි වෙනවා. FA increase. ඊට පස්සේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? K0 මොකද වෙන්නේ? අඩු වෙනවද නැද්ද? K0 අඩු වෙනවා. කියන්නේ K0 අඩු වෙනවා. K0 අඩු වුණාම වෙන්නේ මොකද? වැලියු එක වැඩි වෙනවා. හරියටම නිකන් ඒක පර් වැලියු එක B වැලියු. මේක තමයි ස්ටේජ් එක. මේ ස්ටේජ් නම්බර් 1 එකේ ඔයාගේ කඩේකින් එහා පැත්තට තියෙන ස්ටේජ් නම්බර් 1 වැලියු එක වැඩි වෙනවා. ඊළඟ ස්ටේජ් එක එහා පැත්තේ ලියාගන්න මෙන්න මේක ගන්න. Within brackets. එතනින් එහාට පස්සේ කම්පැනි එක දෙක වැඩි කරොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? F12 වැඩි කරොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? ෆයිනෑන්ෂියල් ලිවරේජ් වැඩි වුණොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? K0 මොකද වෙන්නේ? හත් වැඩි වෙනවා. K0 වැඩි වෙනවා. F12 increase. ඊට මොකද? K0 increase. Firm value. මෙතන ලියාගන්න. You have to select that formula. Financial reporting auditor. Exam එක postpone කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක නිසා නේද ළඟ ළඟ exam දාගන්න එපා නේ. අය හතේ දාගන්න එපා ඊට පස්සේ. all allocation එකක් කරලා ඉවරයි. ඒතර ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට මුළු exam එකම එකින් එක වෙනස් කරන 30 එක කියන එක වෙනස් කරයි කියලා හිතනවා. කියන්න බෑ.
Net income divided by the Same as previously. All right. What is the value of value of value of 333,333 boys. How you can calculate? Ask me. Tell me. How you can calculate the value of value B equals A plus right? Tempering 5 lakhs. Equity, how you can find the equity? Equity.
Earning before income. Interest and
Divided by
minus interest.
Minus tax. That means profit after tax. PAT. Profit after tax divided by K. කාගෙන්ද බෙදන්න මේ equity value එක හොයන්න. එහෙනම් කාගෙන්ද බෙදන්න ඕන? K. Profit after tax, we have 100,000 earning before tax, and then equity is how much? Equity is 50,000 divided by KE, cost of equity. How much is it? 0.15. It gives us 333,000. The value is 383,000. This is the answer. Clear? Next to Damien. What's your name? Overall cost of capital. How you can calculate the overall cost of capital?
EBIT divided by.
How much is EBIT? 100,000 divided by value of how much is 833,333. What is value? 0.12%. 12. That means 12%.
වචනයක් කියවන්න මෙයා වචනයක් කට වහගන්න බෑ.
Misalnya, sebagai seorang itu kan kalau hari ini ada chance company, ada orang yang tahu dia.
Okay. Example number 3. Read the example. You have now identified the optimal capital structure where it reflects the traditional, the real picture of the traditional, the traditional approach. Okay, you have decided the optimal capital structure. මොකක්ද හොඳ කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ. ඔක්කොම හොඳ නැහැ. For each and every option, how many options do we have? How many options do we have? We have 7 options. Now you go to the mathematics, the paper that I have given to you. In same paper, there is the same question. Do that one. On the model paper question, that's a model paper question. So then you can do the model paper as well. Last question, capital structure. You find that model paper question. Within the model paper question, right? Same as the example number 3. Same as, no any changes. 10 marks. There are 6 options here, 7 options. Alright. Okay, how you can identify the optimal capital structure? Optimal capital structure. Right, completely. You complete this one and finish the lesson. So this is the debt percentage. This is debt. Draw the same table in your handbook by keeping 3 lines spaced after the debt column. Quickly do it. Draw the same format of table with the options KD, KE, debt, and then next column weight on the equity. This is what? This is the debt. This is WD. WD. So the first task is you need to identify the WD. WB. What do you mean by the WB? They divide equity divided by the value. Here, what do you mean by WD? D divided by value. In the option number 1, if you obtain the loans, your KDs will be 11% and your KE will be 13%. And accordingly, you have to calculate what? K0. K0. What do you mean by K0? Weighted average cost of capital. How to calculate the weighted average cost of capital? KD multiplied by weight on debt plus KE multiplied by weight on equity. Weight on equity. Then in the first option, do we have loans? In the option number 1, do we have loans? Yes or no? Do we have loans or no? We don't have loans. We don't have debt. B0. We don't have debt. That's why the debt to value ratio is 0. So that means WB. How much will be the WB?
0.
WB. Debt, that's okay. Debt is 0. Value equals debt plus equity. If the debt is 0, how much is the debt on the equity? 100%. That means what? Company again, they other options I have the traditional approach. Traditional approach is weighted average cost of capital option. Where the cost of capital get decreased, that's the maximum option. Right? In the option number 1, there are several options. Right? If the option number 1, we don't have debt. Company के option लेकर तमाई raise करगाना funds raise करगाना विधिया तमाई without having the debt, all the equity नांगे ने मुकद्दर ratio. This is a ratio, no? So therefore, debt divided by equity is now 0. That means this is the all equity option, right? All equity option. Equity. So how you can calculate the K0? K0. K0. If you obtain the loans, 11%, 0.11 multiplied by. Now, do we have debt? Do we have debt? That's 0 the debt? And 0. Plus the weighted equity. Equity. Do we have equity? Yes, it's the whole equity option. So therefore, ratio is 1. We will weighted equity. If you obtain the debt, then your KE must be 0.13. Your K0 now 0.13. Option number 1. Clear? Is that clear? Yes. Okay. Calculate that one. Likewise, you have to calculate K0 for all options by changing the value of debt and equity. Let's check it. 0.1. 0.1. You can see it higher. See it higher. The structure is CHCI. You can see it higher. You can see it under equity. You can 0.9. Now we need option number 2. Company decide to raise their debt. This is 10%. This is 20%. This is 30. This is 40, 50, and 60. Right? If the debt is equal to 60, what will be the equity? 40. 40 means 0.4. Right? 50 means 50% again equity, that means 0.5. The capital structure again, weight on the equity and weight on the debt. Right. 0.4 means 60% for the equity, that means 0.6. 0.3 debt means 70% is debt. That means 0.7. Equity, sorry. 0.2 debt means 80%, remaining 80% is now equity, 0.8. 0.1 debt means remaining 90% is the equity. We change the weight on the equity. Accordingly, what happened? Your K0 might be changed. Right? This is what we are showing as financial leverage increases. We increase our debt component. Option number 1 to 7. Option number 1, we don't have debt. But option number 7, we have 60% of debt. Where it represents financial leverage get increased. May not have economy. This is the real picture of the traditional approach. Now calculate the K0 under the 6 options, remaining six options. Okay, E and KD get changes when the option changes.
We just need to get a data. Option 2. What will be the K0? 0.128. Option number 3. 0.135. Option number 4. 141. Option number 5. 0.148.
0.161. 0.138.
Tell me now, by looking at this K0, as per the traditional approach, which option is best one? Yes. Which option is the best one? Now look at here, you are increasing your financial leverage. You are increasing your financial leverage. See here, financial leverage get increased. It increases. Model says that up to a certain point, your KE will be increased. What is the certain point here? Only the second option. Right? Only the option number 2, your K0 can decrease. But therein after what happened? Your K0 increase. Right? K0 in the after the second option, what happened? K0 get increase. Now tell me which one is the best option? Which one is the best option? What is the best option or what is the maximum capital structure? Option number 2. Option number 1. Why we are saying it as option number 1 to 10? Where the K0 decreases, that is the maximum. That's the maximum or its optimum capital structure. We got that for the next material here. This is what I have explained, right? K0 get decreases, maximum point is reported as the minimum value. Minimum value, where in that point, this is the optimum capital structure. Right? අඩු වෙන තැන තමයි මෙයා capital structure එකේ value එක මොකද වෙන්නේ? value එක වැඩි වෙන තැන. එහෙනම් what is the best option? Option number 1 or 2? Option number 2. Right? Option number 2, that's the maximum capital, optimal capital structure where the debt is 10% and the equity is 90%. Right? Okay, write down this one. Optimal capital structure. Optimal capital structure. Optimal capital structure is 90% equity, 90% equity and 10% debt. 10% debt. Because at that option number 2, K0 reported as the K0 reported as minimum value. K0 reported as the minimum value within brackets 12.8%. Where it confirm capital structure, firm's capital structure. Firm's capital structure reported the firm capital structure reported the optimal capital structure. For the firm value is high. That point firm value is high. Firm value is high. K0 decrease. That's the optimal capital structure. Right? Okay. Hope that is enough for you all. Right? NOI approach, you can refer that one. Miller, molecular, and molecular approach, you can read those things. I'm not going to ask the question from you all. Right? Okay. Anyway, after the traditional approach, I'm going to ask the question and decide the capital structure question, including financial leverage and all. Any questions?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Teacher, at the exam, do we need to keep in mind our this chart patterns as well? Do we going to test? Do you going to test
The
it?
last one.
Chart pattern. That means draft.
Chart pattern means for the last one, last option.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Practice. The last one. Okay, I have to prepare the 2 QR codes.
Hello, madam. For the papers discussion, online link will be sent by the institute, or how it will?
No, I will, yes. It means that will be communicated by the institute, right? Then
Okay,
we
madam,
can- what's this one?
It will be on next 20th, right? Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Wait, excuse me. I'm sorry. I just need to ask the draft. The draft. Did you show a draft for traditional approach? That means 3.
Yes. Yes.
That is also going to test?
Yes. You refer that one also. Sometimes there might be theory question, or else there might be the graphical, the calculation question from the traditional approach. This is the last thing now. We want to see what So then sometimes this might be like you are better.
This may be the answer would be the 3 and also if that.
So well.
Atau mungkin paling itu sama misal.
No, yes, this issue. Thank you very much for the contribution that you have given to this protein.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss. Miss Abdul.
Miss, take the paper easy.
Yes, sure.
It is happy product running and you tell people that
They have all participate for the examination. It's in the paper. Right? You all can have B or I have A.
Oh,
No, I can go. You can stay. It's not morning and evening. We already marked the morning session. Session, sir.
we have 3 sessions.
No, good day. So I don't have the next session. That's already just to keep you all at the lectures because Mr. Darthan Kalpana that with lectures for power rather than
Miss, attendance as a password.
This password.
Yes. Because it's so. Now what you can do is you can write down the name and index number and hand over into. Sequence clear? Probably gun the make label pan This side also you can take a separate paper and write it down. Take a paper and pass it. Shihan, online students. Online students who have issues in marking attendance.
Yes, I couldn't mark it.
Okay, those who are unable to mark the attendance now please. Online students also. Move towards that. Last year. 0, 60. Okay. And then transfer is down in
0.17.
0.17. Okay.
0.15.
So when I'm scrolling down, so let me, yeah. 11, 91, 25, 24, 30, 81. The load bin. Anyway, you write down your index number. Today, 8, 85, 56, 16. What you mark with that? 16. 70. 70. 11, 91. 00. 24, 30, 27, 81, 3,
64.
64, 92, 29, 23, 28, 47, 55, 9, 31. It is exemption.
Yeah, exemption.
9, and then 62, 20, 41, 27, 18, 20, 19, 79, 74, 28, 30.
Madam, 002.
That's 2,
It's 28.
20, 48, 34, 71, 66, 84, 4, 3, 5, 78, 69, 14, 18, 43.
Madam, 18. Madam, EX 18.
43. And if 43.
Eighty-six, 4,
21.
145.
Madam, 22.
English madam.
61.
76.
Oh,
Madam, share 22.
008.
Zero, 08. Boy, what's your next number?
0904.
I can't hear that voice, the previous voice. What is your index number? The person called boy.
022.
02. Unless you can take
Miss 006 to come like.
Madam 001. Madam 001 mark करा दे.
Okay, other than it, I hope the online students, they don't have any issues. What is your number?
Madam 001.
I know that.
Oh,
You are exemption student.
No, weekend student.
Okay, right. I will mark it. Other than that, online student, I hope other students they don't have any attendance issues.
Miss, I have an issue, but it's not regarding attendance. I couldn't upload the working sheet for the MCQ.
Now you can upload it then.
Miss, that login, I try to upload it. So it's for only July, right?
Yes, yes. It marked as delayed payment. Delayed submission. It's okay with that.
But
So then
miss,
I can clear.
yeah, even delay, I couldn't upload any document to there. That's the thing. Showiness is closed.
Even if it's closed, you can upload it now. Then you can't attach any document.
I think
Are
so.
you
That's the
any
issue, miss.
restrictions? Okay, I will check that one.
Yeah, because I think because the date is gone, I cannot upload anything. Even the
Even the
delay
date is
upload.
gone. Date is gone to say, so we can
Yeah.
upload it marked as due
Uh,
payment. Anyway, I
okay.
will check that one.
Yeah, I will try again and let you know as well. I will try again.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, miss.
Okay, other students, I hope they don't have any issues on marking attendance. Right? We'll wind up. Thank you very much for your participation, online students.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you very much, miss. Thank you very much for your time and effort.
Hope
Yes,
you
miss.
all
Thank
are
you.
participating for the discussion as well as the end semester examination. Now, if you have any question on the lecture materials or else the questions, you can ask from me. No
Thank you.
issues.